comment too much on it until I know firmly what the parameters are, but it sounds like it's positive news.
How much would he or anybody need to practice for you would want to play? I mean, not hurt, but hasn't been practicing. Is it the same thing if the guy was hurt? Or
yeah, I mean, more or less, because when someone's able to resume full, activity on the court, they still would have to meet a certain amount of high intensity work before you put them in a game. So, I think even if you're not injured, you still have to reach those thresholds. And if you are injured, once you are healthy, quote unquote, you have to reach those thresholds as well.
Coach, I was wondering, with how your defense improved in the postseason last year, if you see any way to sort of carry that over into the regular season, is there anything specific you can
Sorry, can you say that again?
With how your defense improved in the postseason last year, you're a better defensive team than in the regular season. I wonder if can be any carryover, if you learn something about the way you guys defended in the postseason that can carry over, and also like if you have a goal as far as how highly you want to rank defensively this year.
I don't necessarily have a goal. Our goal is more in our process, in understanding clearly what our principles are, what our schemes are. Having that communication and connectivity. That's the goal. Is just that kind of process of coming together and having a clear understanding of how to execute defensively. I think the hope is that we have corporate knowledge from last year that will allow us to start at a higher position than we started last year, and with all the stuff that was thrown at us. And I think defensively, the league was really down last year just with the congested schedule. So, can we be better this year? Yeah, we're hopeful of that. And the other part of it is, our guys turned it up a little bit in the playoffs too. So let's not, it's not all about schemes and all that. They were fantastic in the playoffs with their competitive spirit as well.
Hey, Coach, starting lineup aside, how's it going? Starting lineup aside, are we expecting Kevin or James to play tonight, or is that still up in the air?
Yeah, those guys will play tonight.
This is twofold. I'm curious, Saturday being outdoors at least, I mean, do you think that might afford Kyrie an opportunity to be with you, considering it's an outdoor venue? And on a completely unrelated note, I mean, obviously these teams that are on the court today may not look anything like full strength teams, but a rivalry with Milwaukee, I know it's a preseason game, but do you get the feeling that this could be developing into one of the better rivalries in the league, considering what happened last year in the playoffs?
I think the hope is that Kai is at practice tomorrow. It'll be great to have him there, but I can't confirm that yet. I think there's a chance for a rivalry to grow after you play in the playoffs. Typically there is some sort of seeds of rivalry, no matter how the series goes. But to have such a close series, them to go on to win the NBA championship, the two top teams in the East. I think that has plenty of legs to develop a rivalry, but I don't think you're going to see much of a rivalry tonight. Two teams that are trying to, get through and navigate preseason and get themselves ready for the regular season.
It said yesterday you were still determining just who was going to play in general today. The guys like James and Patty were still ripping up. Did you decide there's anyone that's just straight out for tonight, whether they did the rest of something else?
Paul Millsap is out tonight. Actually, is in health and safety protocols. So him is tonight.
I'm just wondering. You say you can't confirm whether Kyrie will be there Saturday or not, and previously you weren't sure if he had a practice regimen. Has there been any distance in communications or breakdown in communications since you guys got back to New York?
It's been pretty normal. We look forward to having him. I don't know. I think tomorrow's likely, and Sunday hopefully even more likely. But we'll see.
Coach, one more. Is there a point, or is this the point in preseason where you kind of want to start seeing what you guys are going to look like in the regular season? Is this where you kind of start to simulate what those regular season games are going to start looking like?
It's getting there. I don't know that it's there yet. I mean, we've probably practiced 5 days. Like actually gone up and down. So it's not a great sample size to start trying to, over emphasize that kind of assimilation into regular season. I think we still got to go through the whole process. We still got 3 exhibition games, and tonight's just another one to kind of get, markers and trending points and get back on the practice floor and clean things up. And at the same time, we're trying to make sure guys land safely physically so that their ramp up for the regular season is there. And you don't want to overplay guys in the preseason, but you also don't want to leave them in a position where they're going from 22 minutes to 36 minutes for the first night out. So we got to kind of manage that. A lot of that's done on the practice floor, but some of it obviously is most valuable to do it in a dress rehearsal.
Steve, I know you're just still digesting the news about Kyrie maybe being able to practice at your team facility. If that continues, does that change at all how you would view him potentially not being able to play home games because he still be able to practice with you guys? Does that change how you would see that scenario?
All right.
Like if Kyrie was unvaccinated and still unable to play home games, but he was able to practice with the team in Brooklyn whenever you guys were home, would that change how you would view the potential of him missing those home games? Because before this, we thought he wouldn't be able to practice in Brooklyn with you guys.
I mean, I think all I would say, my first kind of thought is that it's positive. We have him around the team for a larger period of our season, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. Like this rule just came in. Is another one coming? Or is he going to be allowed to play at home at some point? Is he, not going to be able to practice in our facility at some point? We're just following kind of the latest, and I don't think that anyone's really been through this before. And obviously the pandemic has been new to everyone, but now we're in a position where the pandemic's creating all these different new scenarios as well. So I really don't know what to say other than it's positive that he can now rejoin his teammates in our practice center and train, and it gives us more touch points with him, and we'll go from there. Oh, RJ, good. I feel like I'm a shellback right now. Thanks, guys.